Today I came across some of the most hilarious test answers from kids and I had to show you. Just like this one. About how old is your grandfather? 55, 500, dead! Oh no! Wait, that's so sad! What sort of mean teacher gave that answer a C? They're like, no, you should pick 500. This test seems fixed. I don't know about that. That one's sus. That one's sus. Bob has 36 candy bars. He eats 29. What does he have now? Diabetes. Bob has also known as diabetes. You know what? The thing is, TC Hale, you were creative. Pop off. You're right. You shouldn't have that many candy bars in one sitting. I think they should get an A for creativity. Suggest one cause of deforestation. This paper. Ooh, but the teacher gave it a check, so they even agreed. Deforestation, like we be losing trees every day. We gotta save the whales. Yeah. Draw a plant cell and identify its most important parts. There's a plant, a little flower that's sad, and it's in a cell, like a prison cell. It says iron bars, no windows. Poor little flower, he gonna die. He don't got the sun. Again, these kids are creative, but that's hilarious. Why are there rings on Saturn? Because God liked it, so he put a ring on it. Wait, you know what's even better is how funny the teacher's response was. Saturn was not a single lady. You know the song, like, all the single ladies, he put a ring on it? Honestly, this is golden. This is my favorite one so far because the teacher and the student were both funny. Brainstorm verbs. What do you like to do with your friends and family? Complete the sentences below with action verbs like jump, dive, float, or swim. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it. Guess the movie, put it in the comments. This kid has great taste. All right, we have the Lanka. Oh, this is in a different language, I think. I hope. Yeah, it's not in English. I was like, I'm having a stroke. I don't know how to say this. So this kid, peninsula, it looks like they drew a peninsula and it says top secret. That is so creative. But they kind of showed work behind it is the thing. So I think they should get points for participation. Yes. Wait, how did they do this? Can you read both true and false in this image? Because I definitely can. So this kid was so creative, they were like, I'm not sure, so I'm gonna be right either way. That is a very confusing math question. Jesus is always the answer. And the teacher says not on this question. Can you imagine, like, Jesus is always the answer, okay? So if I was a teacher grading this test, I would feel so conflicted because that kid is right, but not on this question. Yeah. How might Colombia solve the problem of gorillas trying to control the country? If a country can't figure it out, how can I? That's so good. Fair. Like an entire country has not solved this problem. How should this like 10-year-old, you know what? Kids are smart. They might could do it. They might could. And apparently saying might could is real country of me. Does anybody else say it? Steve is driving his car. He is traveling at 60 feet per second and the speed limit is 40 miles per hour. Is Steve speeding? You could find out by checking his speedometer. I love how sarcastic these kids are. Like they are answering the question, but they're doing it in like a joking way instead of being serious. Here's how I answered. Explain your background and why you would be a good fit for the job.
So in my background, I've got my wardrobe.
Oh no. He's gonna look at his background. Oh no, poor guy. They mean like your background, like your history. What have you done in your past to make you good for the job? And he's explaining his literal background for the interview. This sweet guy. Oh, hey, he's organized. Pop off. Give him that. He's a clean, orderly man. How many days are in a week? 7. How many months are in a year? 12. Is this number even or odd? 68. Even. How do you know? Because I'm smart. Okay, and then the teacher says, because the number in the ones place is even. I mean, like, here's the thing. Question number 7 is kind of unnecessary, in my opinion. This teacher doesn't seem like they're as comical as some of the other ones. But at least the kids, they got a 98. So they were a straight A student with this. The diagram below best illustrates A, Lamarck's theory of evolution, Darwin's theory of evolution, Malthus's principles, Lyell's theory about past changes. E, giraffes are heartless creatures. What? Are they thinking this little giraffe was killed by the other giraffes? This is a traumatizing response. I mean, wow, this kid has some bad history with giraffes. Do we need to talk? I'm jealous, actually. I want to hang out with giraffes. Anyways, I digress. And why does Brian have really bad handwriting on the top, but then like excellent handwriting for number 1? Did his mom answer this question? Potentially. Did my parents sometimes help me with my homework in school? Yeah. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Defend your answer. Answer. So they put the answer on the board. Oh, they have a cannon and an army man in place. Sarge, I don't know how much longer we can hold them. Please let this person have passed. Although, okay, you can see on this side of the paper, there was like a literal, like they should have answered a question, but they're defending answer. They have done the assignment, in my opinion, and were very cultured because they knew the word Sarge. Finish the sentence. If I had the principal's job, I would quit and get a job I'd enjoy. That's a burn. Also, look at the next questions. Like, this is probably for like a 5-year-old or something. Like, these are for really little young kids, and they went hard on this answer. Like, I would not expect that from a tiny little kid. Ouch. I respect you, principals. I do. Motivate your answer. Go, answer, go. I like that. They're cheerleading their answer. What does that even mean? Motivate your answer. Like, I don't understand the question, so I think that they did great. Rachel has 16 chocolate bars. Tracy takes 4 from her and asks for the remaining quarter. What should she end up with? A slap! Girl chose violence. Why? Like, let's talk about these chocolate bars. Girl, teacher says, not the answer I am looking for. I thought the teacher said, I thought they said, I'm not looking for that. Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune have at least 3 things in common. List them. They are all planets. They are all round. None of them have McDonald's. You know what? Facts. That is a fact. You cannot deny it. Although, I guess we haven't been to every planet to like confirm, but it's facts, in my opinion. I mean, people say they believe in aliens, but they've never seen them. So draw a small clock that shows 10 minutes past 11. So they drew a clock that says 11:10. So like it should be 11:10, right? But they were probably supposed to like draw one of these old things. Hold on. I don't know if people use these anymore, but you got the thing and then you got the arrows, and I think it should look kind of like this, you know? That looks like noon, but you know what I mean. You see she's getting angry. You've felt that feeling too. Well, this seems deep. Describe a time when you felt really angry. Is this for like English class? What a strange question. All right, name the quadrilateral. This is not a square, this is Bob, okay? Meet Bob. Sam, meet Bob. Tedison, the rectangle, meet the square Bob. And then we got Kate and then Harry, which is spelled wrong. Wow. Hope, you're just like Jake. Y'all think outside the rhombus, and I am proud of you. Also, like after school, like you never have to use this knowledge ever again. Don't tell your parents, but like, I've never had to talk about a rhombus ever again in my entire life after like 7th grade. All right, the cookie recipe called for 1 cup of butter, 4 cups of flour, a half cup of sugar, and 4 teaspoons of vanilla. But Sarah only has 1/2 a cup of butter. Explain how Sarah could still make the cookies without going to the store or borrowing from a neighbor. Steal? Oh no. Oh no, you should not be thinking like that. Well, I don't know what the answer is, but stealing is never the answer. Aww, who is your hero, Dad? Why do you consider this person your hero? He is brave. Is there anything your hero is frightened of? Mom! Oh no, yeah, we don't want to make Mom angry. I'm gonna say, I think this is actually kind of adorable. Mom probably wouldn't think it's adorable, but that's just my opinion. If I was the teacher, I would give this child an A. All right, we're skipping all these top questions because this is talking about number 10. What is your favorite hue? Hugh Jackman! Oh my gosh, so hue is a color, the shade color, I'm pretty sure. Don't fact check me here. But Hugh is also a name, and Hugh Jackman is a wonderful singer, and he's great. So I agree with the teacher. She at least said clever, which is awesome. He didn't get the question right, but at least she acknowledged the creativity. Oh no. Name an angle complementary to BDC. You look much thinner from over here. Oh no! FDE is a complementary angle to this one. It's like mirrored on the same side. Ugh. Oh no. At least you know they're thinking of a compliment. The solid figure below can best be described as Pac-Man. You know what my mind went to? Cheese. That totally looks like a circle of cheese and I would eat it. I'm just saying, maybe I'm hungry, I don't know. Pac-Man makes total sense. You have the little, and that he would follow this way. I would give this an A. I'm making it yellow. There's just like the Pac-Man. What do you think is the best solution to overpopulation? Support your argument with examples. The Hunger Games. Oh, I'm not prepped for that. I hope the student didn't get this question right because I am going to be no longer with us if we were in the Hunger Games. I would eat the poison berry. Dang, that is dark. Also the question's kind of weird too, right? Like, why are we talking about overpopulation? I have nothing to say. I'm very disturbed. Can you draw this ship? No. Acceptance is the first step towards failure? Wait, isn't acceptance typically a good thing? Guys, will you please accept what I'm saying? Don't you agree? This person is witty. They said, honestly, no, I can't draw this ship.